Seatbelt. Check. What are you doing?
I don't wear my seatbelt.
Oh yeah, because only cool people will wear their seatbelts.
I'm cool.
Check.
Show Me Showdown 2012 in full effect here in Columbia, Missouri. The Republic Lady Tigers set to take on the Smithville Warriors in this Class 4 girls state title bout. A great crowd on hand again here. I'm Corey Riggs, joined by Jim Powers. And Jim, you talk about how these two teams got here today. Both of them have had very difficult roads as opposed to our game earlier today. These are two teams that were unranked at the end of the season as you look at the Republic Lady Tigers.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, Republic comes in, they knock off Marshville and Bolivar. Bolivar is a team that we've seen many times make the trip here to Columbia, then beat Aurora, then they've got to travel to Central Mo to take on Helias, and then they knocked off Miller Career Academy from St. Louis last night in the semifinal. You know, Republic does a lot of great things. They do things well, and they're very fundamentally sound, and that's one of the reasons why their road to the championship got them through this very tough part down in Southwest Missouri. Excuse me.
Turn it around and talk about the Smithville Warriors and their coach, Trevor Mosby, and they've had a very unique year, to say the least, for them to have had a team that made it here to the finals.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And then have to come around and find 4 new players. But before we get into that, we'll go back to the third member of our broadcast team, the hardest working woman in the Mizzou Arena today, Sophia.
Here with Coach Chris Flood of Republic. Coach, tip-off just moments away for your team here. Yesterday in the semifinal, you thought your girls came out timid, a little nervous. How do you avoid some of those jitters and get off to a good start here today?
Well, I think just like this morning, we seemed like we were fairly relaxed, a lot different from yesterday. Just try to emphasize coming out with some more intensity, maybe try to create some things defensively and get in the flow early.
In the third quarter yesterday, it was your quarter. You went on a 22-7 run to jump out on a big lead on them. Alice Heinzler was a huge part of that. What's the key for a good game for her today?
Well, yesterday in that game, it was just key that we finally hit some shots. If we can hit some shots early, get some confidence early, I think that'll be a big key for us as far as the game goes tonight.
How do you feel you match up with Smithville?
I feel like we match up pretty evenly. Both teams, I feel like, play really good man-to-man defense. I would expect possibly a low-scoring game, very tight game.
All right, Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
Coach Chris Flood talking with our own Sophia Minert. And Jimmy mentioned wanting a low-scoring game as we turn our attention to the Smithville Warriors. That's exactly what they want. They believe in defense and rebounding, plain and simple.
They want you to remember them by their defense, and they play great, solid man-to-man defense. That's why they've made it here to the state championship back-to-back years. Their road here to the championship, once again, doing some great things. They knocked off a Westminster Christian Academy team last night in the semifinal, which had a big-time height advantage. They got through by beating Savannah, Benton, Grain Valley, and then they took care of their business out of Pleasant Hill last week at the Independence Center. But, you know, one of the big things with Smithville, they do a great job. They don't like the trail. They want to get out quick, take care of their business. But you're exactly right. They're going to grind this game. This is going to be a very low-scoring event because both teams love to play defense. They love to try and chess match each other. And that's going to be the fun part about it, Corey.
Well, there's a lot of similarities between these two teams. We had a chance to speak with Chris Flood earlier. Now we'll go ahead and give equal time and talk to Coach Mosby as Sophia met with him a little while ago.
Standing by with Smithville head coach Trevor Mosby. Coach, tip-off a few moments away here. What have you told your girls for the outlook for today's game?
You know, just congratulations for making it this far. So proud of them. No matter what happens in the game, you know, all of our family, friends, fans, and everyone are going to be very proud of them as long as they come out and give it their best effort. That's really all we're concentrating on, is playing as hard as we can and not having any, doubt that we didn't leave it all on the line. So that's all we're going to try to do, is come out and play as hard as we possibly can and let the chips, fall as they may.
In the semifinal versus Westminster, you jump out to a lead, and then you said it looked like we just had to hang on there in the second half and weather the storm. How were you able to do that, and how do you get that lead again today, which your team prefers?
Yeah, well, I hope that's the same situation where we can get a lead and have to worry about hanging on. But, you're exactly right. We had a lead, and I felt we went a little stagnant in the second half because all we were trying to do was hang on instead of quit tacking. But our girls have done a great job all year long of pulling away at the end and being able to hang on just long enough. We've had several games just like that, and we've knocked down key free throws. So hopefully, everything will continue and we'll do the same thing.
You said rebounding is always huge for your team. You said we're never the biggest team. What's the key to get up on the boards here today?
Just basics, when a shot goes up, getting a body on someone and being the more aggressive person going to the ball. I felt like we struggled a little bit in that last night, or in yesterday's game, about getting a body on someone. So we're going to focus on just trying to put a body on them and being aggressive to the ball.
All right, Coach, good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sophia. We will now step aside and stand up and join with all the fans on hand here inside the arena today as we get ready to recognize our nation with the playing of our national anthem, along with the Missouri State Highway Patrol Color Guard as they take center court here at the Mizzou Arena.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please remove your caps and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem.
Another great national anthem, and we've made the halfway point today. Our crew still working hard as we get into game 3 of 4 here.
We're at halftime, it seems like. We're at halftime of the 4-game marathon.
We've made it halfway there as we get ready to look at some of the bio information about the Smithville Warriors. And Jimmy, tell us a little bit about this team and where they come from.
Smithville, their nickname is the Warriors. Green and white are their colors. Enrollment at 727. Their head coach is Trevor Mosby. 148-49 team record this season. They're 26-5. They've had 3 Final Four appearances. Their best finish is second. That was last year.
Yep. Now let's go ahead and take a minute to take a look at some of the highlights from earlier this week. And the Smithville Warriors got out and they shot the ball well. As we told you, this is a team that takes their defense seriously. And Jim, they want high percentage shots, open looks at the basket.
And they're going to get that with Maddie Nelson. Maddie Nelson is the player for the Warriors. She does a lot of great things, and they're going to rely on her a lot, not only to get them into their offensive sets, but also to knock down jumpers, play defense, and once again, we talked about in the Class 5 game, they like to turn their defense to turn into offensive points.
They've done an incredible job this year, and you cannot take anything away from the job that Coach Trevor Mosby has done. A guy that had an entire roster, a state runner-up team a year ago, and said, okay, I've got seniors, they're gone. I've got my best sixth man, or girl in this case, she's gone. All he has coming back is Maddie Nelson. And then on the other side of the ball, Chris Flood and the Republic Lady Tigers from Southwest Missouri. They have done a little bit of everything this year, Jim. They weren't ranked. They never got on a long winning streak, but they won games when they absolutely had to, starting at districts, and they haven't looked back.
No, they haven't looked back, and one of the main reasons is their defense and a short bench. 44 points a game. They've shut down teams, and one of the big reasons is Alex Heinsler, 13.6 points a game. She is the emotional leader for this Republic team. She does so many great things. The fun matchup of the night, Nelson, Hensler, they're going to guard each other tonight, and that's just going to be a treat to watch those two young ladies go at it and see who can stop each other, because those are the two go-to kids.
You're going to see two of the best Class 4 girls basketball players in the state go at it. Alice Heinsler, a junior, Maddie Nelson, a senior, and Heinsler really triggered the Lady Tigers comeback in the second half of their semifinal game. Alice finished with 19 huge points to lead Chris Flood's team back to a win and bring them here to this state championship final game. And what an incredible moment here as the two teams' starting lineups are introduced. The lights are off, the crowd is on its feet, and they are making some noise here inside the arena to a spotlight introduction. And this is what makes it all worthwhile, Jim, this unique special experience for these young ladies today.
That's exactly what it is, and that's what Michigan wants to do, is make Final Four weekend, and especially the championship game, an experience. You worked hard from October to get to this point in the second week of March. You're doing everything you need to do, and the bottom line is real simple. Have fun, but let's blow it up a little bit. Let's show what we can do. That's why they turn the lights off. They do the spotlights. It's a lot of fun. Republic, they're the Tigers. Orange and black are their colors. 1,164 students. Chris Flood, 267 and 95, 22 and 8. They've won 2 state championships.
Take a look at our starting lineups before we get set to tip on this one. Brooke Dutton, Alice Heinsler, and Alexis Botkins in the backcourt for Republic, along with Sarah Krell and Alexis Edwards down low for Coach Chris Flood. On the other side of the floor, Bethany Pierce, Maddie Nelson that we told you about, and Leslie Boltman will be the starting guards. Then at forward, Paige Imhoff, an excellent shot blocker, and then Kristen Stewart also down low. As you see the Republic bench, their fans all decked out in orange and black today. They're ready to make some noise for their Lady Tigers. Chris Flood, in his 14th year, still almost 268 wins in that state championship back in 2004, Jim. He said you can't compare the two teams. They're so very different. Then for Smithville, Trevor Mosby in his 7th year, 148 wins, the state runners-up in 2010. He was the boys' assistant coach for 8 years before taking over the girls program, and he's taken them to new heights. Here we go. The Class 4 Girls State Championship is underway. The tip is controlled by Smithville, and we're getting going in Game 3 of this game, and we'll have a quick foul right off the bat here. Looks like Alice Heinsler may have got called with the first personal foul of the game, and it was because Maddie Nelson, Jim, drove the lane immediately to start this ball game.
That's called going on the attack early and often, and that's exactly what they want to do. Smithville, they hate the trail. They want to get going and get this offense working very quickly. That way they can jump out and kind of take control of things.
Maddie Nelson, a 66% free throw shooter. She made her first attempt. Her second, she spins the ball, eyes the basket, and drops it home. The first 2 points of the night are owned by the Smithville Warriors. Republic now bringing the ball up. Alexis Botkin passes it across the way in front of the Smithville bench. It comes back to Botkin now. Flashing out now is Brooke Dutton, a 5'7" senior. Tries to come off a screen, pass down low to Krell. She kicks it back out. Jump shot from the left elbow, just off the front edge, no good. Rebound pulled down by Paige Imhoff.
A lot of patience right there on the offensive end, running that motion game with a lot of pick and rolls, a lot of screens.
Now on the Smithville side, they like to run the motion offense too, but that time it was straight up, get it down low into Kristen Stewart. The 5'10" senior makes her first field goal of the day.
Kristen Stewart's a kid that loves to work hard down on the block. Showed her hands, they got her the ball, turn and shoot.
Ball now down low to Sarah Krell. Her shot up and off the glass is in, and Republic is into the scoring column. Sarah Krell, the daughter of former Kickapoo football coach Cooper Krell, and you love to talk about coaches' kids. Well, just because her dad was a football coach doesn't make her any different.
No, not at all. And coaches' kids are sometimes the easiest kids to coach, and Krell is one of those kids. Does a fantastic job down in the post.
3 ball on the way, no good. Rebound pulled down by Alice Heinzler. Heinzler bringing the ball the length of the floor, passes at the last minute, shot up and no good, traveling the call in front of the Smithville bench after the Heinzler pass. Checking into the ball game now, the first sub of the day. Looks like Smithville's going to get to their bench early, Jim, and they do go a little bit deeper as you take a look at tonight's keys to the game.
You know, our keys to the game, real simple for Republic. They need to relax. They don't need to come out going crazy. They need to attack early and be aggressive. Hit the boards. They got to win the battle of the boards and rebounding. For Smithville, they got to play great D. They want people to remember them by their defense and finally pedal to the metal. Quick start, get it going, put points up on the board.
Back-to-back turnovers on alternating possessions here for Smithville and Republic as a little bit of a slow start to this Class 4 state championship for the ladies. 4-2 here, Republic with the ball. Republic in their black uniforms trimmed in orange tonight. Smithville in the whites trimmed in green with green numbers. Krell with it out between the circles. Looks down low to Edwards. Edwards, turnaround jump shot, good.
Nice job by Alexis Edwards. Got that nice little turnaround once again. Post players got great feet. They know where they're at on the floor. Nice little 5-footer, knocks it down.
Running and gunning now is Smithville and not wasting any time. Kylie Nelson, the 5'5" freshman, just in off the bench, gets her first points of the night. Back the other way comes Republic, and they turn it over. And they steal it right back, Jim. A couple quick turnovers on back-to-back possessions here. Republic Lady Tigers back with it. Alice Heinzler loses the handle, was able to run it down before she went into backcourt. 5:20.
Smithville jumping into that man-to-man defense, trying to slow things down.
3 ball on the way, no good that time for Brooke Dutton. She's a 45% shooter from behind the arch. Smithville now slowing it down a little bit as they work into their motion offense here. They still lead in this one 6-4. Baseline drive, shot up and it pinballs home. A great shot for the junior, Maddie Nelson.
Averaging 12.9 a game, and here's the reason why. She's a slasher. She loves to get to the hoop, but a great job in that offense and finding her coming off the baseline.
Republic now being patient with it. Back into Edwards. She shoots and it rims out. Rebound pulled down that time by Paige Imhoff. A couple quick rebounds for her. Pass over the head now that time of Bethany Pierce.
Kristen Stewart in that last possession doing a nice job and stepping over to help. But on that play, we just saw it on the far side. Nice job, baseline drive, able to knock it down. That's what they're going to need her to do. Republic can't give up the baseline, especially with Maddie Nelson's ability to drive.
Edwards passes down low to Krell. Little carom out of bounds. They say off of the hands of the Republic Lady Tigers. It'll go to Smithville. Smithville out shooting Republic early here. Smithville 3 of 4 from the floor. Republic just shooting 2 of 5. And we're going to see one of the substitutions that Coach Mosby told us about, Jim. He swaps out 40 and 50 quite a bit as post Kristen Stewart out. Now the 5'10" junior Abby Waters into the game. Waters averages close to 5 points a game. The Warriors on the run again. That one knocks off. Rebound pulled down by Republic, Alexis Edwards.
You've got to make those buckets in transition. They did a great job in breaking the press. Didn't let the ball hit the floor until the dribble drive down there, but you've got to hit the bunnies.
Sarah Krell now turns, shoots, no good. A great offensive rebounded second chance for Alexis Edwards, the 6-foot senior, unable to capitalize. She draws the foul.
Does a great job. She's averaging 5.4 rebounds a game. She loves to crash the offensive boards, and that's what you've got to do in a game like this where you're evenly matched height-wise. It's going to be who works harder to get position and get the boards.
Edwards, a 76% free throw shooter, and she buries the first. Checking into the ball game now for the Smithville Warriors, number 3, Kelsey Mothershed, a 5'5" freshman. And for the Republic Lady Tigers, number 25, Kayla Bartlesmeyer. Second shot now ready for Alexis Edwards. First free throw was good. Second attempt, the same result, 2 points for her. We will go ahead and step aside. A hotly contested Class 4 state championship on the line now. Smithville leading in this one early, 8-6.
Easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Distracted driving. It accounts for 25% of car crashes. Music, cell phones, food, the list goes on.
This is why safe driving is so important.
Correct.
And it's why the best agents help safe drivers get a lower rate.
Oh, exactly.
We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Back to action here inside the Mizzou Arena. Smithville up on this one 8-6 as we turn things over to our sideline reporter today. Sophia, what do you have for us?
Corey and Jim, you heard Chris Flood last night and even today before the game say he thought yesterday his girls came out timid, not themselves, not attacking like they normally would. And if they have any of those championship jitters here today, all they have to do is look to the bench for assistant coach Tori Mooneyham. Now, Tori was a part of the 93 and 94 state championship runs. She lost her junior year by 2 points, but came back as a senior and won the state championship. She also came back here in 2004 and won state. So she's got a lot of championship experience. I asked her what she told the girls. She said, hey, just go out there and embrace the moment. These are once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. You don't know if you'll get back here. Soak it all in and enjoy it.
That's great stuff, Sophia. Thank you. Republic with the rebound, and they're coming the other way now. You know, Jim, the one part of that story we didn't have a chance to get to is the point guard, Chris Flood, told us that year, blew her knee, giving a high five after the semifinal game that they won by 2. I don't know how, as a coach, that you just get right with that in your mind. As we've got a bucket on the other end, and Smithville's now made it a 4-point advantage.
Kelsey Mothershed down on the baseline, knocked down that 10-foot baseline jumper, coming out of transition. Once again, Smithville loves to score out of transition.
Jim's still waiting for Alice Heinzler to kind of get into the game. There she is on the assist and a quick 3-pointer, and all of a sudden the Republic Lady Tigers are back in business. Alexis Botkin buries the 3. She's a 33% three-point shooter. Rebound by Republic. 10-9 in this one here in the first quarter. Botkin with it, gives way to Heinzler. Heinzler wants to get in the act. That one's short though. Ball out of bounds, and it'll go to Smithville.
You know, the one thing we talked about with both coaches was their benches. These two teams played their starting 5 a lot of minutes in last night's semifinal. With Class 4, it's a quick turnaround. These teams played last night. They turn around. They're playing here this evening. But the big thing is with Republic, their short bench has really helped them because since the districts, Chris Flood decided, hey, we're going to only go with our 5. We're going to spot some people here and there. 44 points a game they've given up defensively. That's pretty doggone solid. They've scored over 60. So they've done a great job with their short bench, but they didn't have the quick turnaround.
Brooke Dutton and Alexis Edwards back into the ball game for Coach Flood's Tigers. They get another rebound, and they're coming the other way again. 2 minutes to go here in the first. Edwards in the lane. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Kristen Stewart. Back come the Smithville Warriors. Driving through is Maddie Nelson. Nelson with the right hand. No good. Alexis Edwards with the rebound now, the 6-foot senior for Republic. 10-9, still a 1-point differential. Can Republic get the lead? And they do. Alexis Botkin, the junior, spinning in the lane. And Republic has the lead. Shot up, no good. Great offensive rebound and hustle that time by Paige Imhoff. She just went in and took it away from Republic. That shot up and off the glass, good for Bethany Pierce, the 5'6" sophomore, getting into the action now. And just that quickly, Jim, Republic had the lead for the first time tonight. That quickly, Smithville gets it back. Like you said, they want to play with the lead.
Yeah, they love to play with the lead. Pierce, 10 points a game. Nice job on, once again, running their offense.
Take another look here at the drive that time by Bethany Pierce and the sophomore. Just a nice dicing move right through the center of the paint. Republic's defense just kind of gave her a lane, and she took full advantage of it. We've got under a minute to go here in the first quarter of the Class 4 Girls State Championship. It's 12-11. Smithville with a 1-point lead in the ball. They drive the lane now. Shot rejected by Edwards. Alexis Edwards with the shot block. 42 seconds to go here. We'll see how much time Chris Flood wants to take. See if he'll take this down to 1 or if they'll try and trigger it early. Still just trailing by 1 into the middle of the lane now. Republic shoots off the glass, no good. Rebound by Smithville. 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Out to the right wing, 3-ball on the way. It goes in, but traveling's the call on Pierce. She shuffled her feet before the release.
Yeah, she just got that little buddy hop in there before the shot, and they're going to get you every time on that traveling call. Great job in transition. I'm almost thinking you're 3-on-4, pull it out and set something up for the last shot, but I tell you what, they got the rotation over. Republic collapsed a little bit to stop the drive and found the kick out in the corner.
Republic is going to hold for 1 here. 15 ticks left on the clock. Heinzler with it. She's who you expect to see with it in the waning moments. She's yet to score, though, here in the first quarter. 5 seconds. Spinning shot in the lane. No good. Rebound fought for by Smithville. They won't get a shot off, and that's the way we'll end the first quarter. A great, great start to this game. It's 12 for Smithville, 11 for Republic, and we have got a fight on our hands in the Class 4 girls title game. Stay tuned. You're watching it all on Fox Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Farmers Insurance. The Misha Basketball Championships are sponsored by Farmers Insurance, a great sponsor of this year's Show Me Showdown. We get back to it here, and just that quickly, Alexis Edwards of Republic has given the lead back to the Lady Tigers. It's 13-12 as we start the second quarter of play. Foul called on the floor. Smithville scored on 4 of his first 7 possessions in the first quarter. A very high level of effectiveness as we'll get another change out here, and Abby Waters checks back in for Coach Trevor Mosby. Give Kristen Stewart a chance to catch her breath on the sideline.
Doing a nice job of just flopping his post players, keeping them fresh. He knows his guards can give a lot of minutes, and it's nice that he's got those post players that he could swap in and out.
Time to start watching fouls already, Jim. Alexis Botkin picks up her second personal here in the second quarter. 3-ball on the way for Alice Heinzler, and she's into the scoring column.
Heinzler is a kid that can knock it out from all parts of the gym. 37 threes on the year. really just a great job. We talk a lot about the jump shooters on the girls' side. You can't let Heinzler square up and shoot. She's get deadly from out beyond the arc.
Long inlet pass, no good, taken away that time by Brooke Dutton, and the Republic Lady Tigers back to the attack here, trying to add to their 4-point advantage. Smithville with the ball, and the bucket is the score by Kylie Nelson. And with more on Smithville, here's our sideline reporter, Sophia.
Guys, there's no question that Maddie Nelson, the junior, is what makes this Smithville team go. But there was a point where Trevor Mosby thought he might not have her this season. In the spring, she suffered an injury. She was hit by a softball and was seriously injured, broke her nose, almost lost her eye, had to undergo an 8-hour reconstructive surgery, guys, to get back into shape. And she had to rock the Rip Hamilton mask for part of the season. And Mosby was afraid, hey, I might lose this girl, and got a call 3 days after her surgery, and he said, oh boy, here we go. But no, it was the call, hey coach, when can I start shooting? He said he absolutely loved that about her, and she is one of the girls who will probably play every minute of this game for Smithville.
Thanks, Sophia. Another foul called while we were in the middle of that report, and it may have been the third personal foul on Alexis Botkin, and this is a big storyline now, Jim, for Coach Chris Flood, as one of his starters is going to have to sit the bench, a bench that they don't use. As Smithville gets the offensive rebound, shot blocked by Sarah Krell, and Republic comes away with it. Maddie Nelson trying to get a bucket up and in for Smithville. Heinzler now with it now. Nelson all over. Heinzler behind her back. 5:45 to go here before the end of the first half. 18-14 the score. Republic up by 4 here in the early going. Republic being content to pass it around the perimeter. Sarah Krell calling for it down in the low block, not getting it. She flashes up to the free throw line. Heinzler out to the right side. 3-ball on the way, you betcha! Another three-pointer for the junior, Brooke Dutton.
Brooke Dutton does a nice job. 41 threes on the year for the guard. Once again, able to step out, saw the crease that she needed. Smithville being very aggressive defensively, tried to get the double down in the high post, wasn't able to pull it off because the rotation just wasn't there.
Republic doing a great job using the three-pointer early. They're 3 of 5 from deep as you see Heinzler set up the pass, and they just knock it down. Brooke Dutton, 45% from 3. A great shot by the 5'7" junior to extend this Republic lead to 21-14.
What Smithville's doing is they're packing it in a little bit, really trying to help out on the backside. And with that, you run the risk of your guards letting them run a little bit more free out beyond the arc, and that's exactly what happened there. And you can't let Dutton get a look. She's dangerous from out beyond the arc, and we just saw it right there. But you're exactly right when it comes to the foul situation. Looking with Chris Flood, what he's going to have to contend with, he's going to have to give Bailey Rail, Caleb Bartlesmeyer, and Lindsey Carlson some minutes that he doesn't normally give them coming into ball games.
What a great boost, though. Brooke Dutton averages 8.8 points per game. One of the 2 seniors in Coach Flood's starting lineup. Big 3 for her. Smithville now back to it, trying to dribble down, get something going in the paint. Nice turnaround jump shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Dutton. So she's making 3s, she's pulling down rebounds. Brooke Dutton all over the floor here on Norm Stewart Court. Republic being patient now, passing the ball around the perimeter. Looking down low now, ball tapped out of bounds by Smithville. Lindsey Carlson had it before it was knocked out of bounds. Checking back into the ball game for Coach Mosby's Warriors, number 40, Kristen Stewart. She's back in replacing Abby Waters. He continues that sort of in and out substitution between 40 and 50 as he told us he would. Rarely ever see both of them on the floor at the same time. So Smithville now trying to cut into this lead, down 21-14. Out left side, Kylie Nelson, who's put in good minutes early. Inlet pass taken away by Sarah Krell. And you love the way Sarah Krell plays, Jim. When we talked to Coach Chris Flood, he said if that young lady was 5'11" or 6 foot tall, she'd be getting D1 looks. And now you see her fighting, trying to help her partners get a tie up there. And we do have a tie up right before one of the Lady Tigers hits the floor that time, Lindsey Carlson.
Krell did a great job defensively down underneath because she came down and was able to get on the backside. Great seal, but then able to come down and help out. And then on the defensive end, what a great job. Gets the tie up, at least initiates it, and then her teammates able to step in, get her hand in there, and really take care of business and get the possession arrow.
Turnovers getting to be a story early here as Smithville's turned the ball over 8 times. Republic only 5. 21-14 still our score. We've been on that for a couple of minutes now. Shot no good. Putback though is there. Second chance points now. Capitalized on by Kristen Stewart, the senior.
Got to win the battle of the boards on the offensive end. You've got to get your second chance points, and that's a great job there by Kristen Stewart and being the garbage person down there, getting the missed basket and putting it back up and in.
Heinzler now shakes and bakes and takes too many steps. Alice Heinzler called for the travel. We've got more from the Mizzou Arena in a few minutes. You're watching the Class 4 Girls State Championships. What do you think, partner? You think the kids from Republic are excited for this game? There's more Halloween costumes in there than in my subdivision in October.
Yeah, this is awesome, and this is what high school basketball is all about. The kids getting here, having fun, dressing up, cheering on their classmates, and just, bringing a lot of great atmosphere. We saw the first 2 games, the great crowds, the great student bodies in Republic. They may win the best dressed student body here at the Show Me Showdown.
Absolutely. I like the orange and black Thor they had over there. Alice Heinzler trying to be a superhero now. She stops and pops. Heinzler gets another bucket, and Republic adds to their lead.
Heinzler does such a great job. She's able to come in transition, pull it up, and take that nice little 15-foot jumper.
Nice move by Alice Heinzler, her 5th point of the night. You get a chance to see it again here. Good play on the defensive end. Jimmy always leads to good play on the offensive end.
And when you can pull up and take that jumper, that's the bonus.
Smithville with it now in front of the Republic bench. They throw it back out between the circles to Nelson. Nelson, the freshman, now with it. Dribble drive, she's covered up by Krell. Back to Maddie Nelson now, the junior. Boy, that story Sophia talked about, that 8-hour surgery. Amazing that she's back out on the floor competing for a state championship here today in Columbia. Out left side now for Nelson. Shot up and off the iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Krell.
Smithville's offense, and when I was sitting there watching it last night and watching today's shoot-around, I said to myself, that's the offense I ran when I coached back in Ohio. It's an Oklahoma 1-4 high, a lot of back screens, a lot of cuts, a lot of motion, and it's very successful.
They're still enjoying success in this one, only trailing 23-16 right now. A 7-point difference. It looks like Chris Flood's going to call a short timeout here. Looked like the Republic Lady Tigers that time, Jim, just couldn't get into their offensive set. Alice Heinzler doing a lot of dribbling, a lot of work behind the back, and nothing ever opening up or manifesting in front of her on the floor.
Credit Smithville's defense for that. They were just sitting in that man-to-man. They were sagging a little bit, not giving passing lanes, and that's what you need to do against Republic. You've got to make sure you get a hand in the passing lane and you deny, and they did a great job of that. That's why Chris Flood had to get a quick timeout, because he was running the risk of a 5-second call.
Smithville enjoying a 12-game winning streak coming into today's action. They make their 3rd appearance in Show Me Showdown history a record here in Columbia of 1-5, but a win today would make that old record pretty meaningless. To get a state championship trophy in Smithville for that man, Trevor Mosby, who he himself, a Smithville alum, would make him no prouder. 23-16 right now, Republic with the lead in the ball. Heinzler over to the left side. Republic being patient here, out of their own timeout. Heinzler has it again out right wing. She looks down low to Krell and back to Heinzler, they pay catch. Back to Edwards now, back around for three, Dutton, bang! Brooke Dutton drills another three.
Unbelievable patience in the half-court set. Knocks down their fourth three-pointer of the night. 4 of 6 against 0 of 3. You're going to do some great things, but it all comes from running their offense and being patient.
Smithville yet to get a three-pointer to go down. That little runner in the lane, no good. Great offensive rebound by Maddie Nelson. They fight for it. Alexis Edwards comes up with the rebound, and Kristen Stewart is over her back and picks up the foul.
Coach Mosby really wanted a foul down on the far side here, but I tell you what, not sure if I would have given it up right there. You've got to knock down the bunnies. You've got to put it up and in. And right now, Smithville not able to find the basket, and that's got to change here if they want to stay in this ballgame and cut this lead, cut this deficit down.
Kristen Nelson, the forward, her first personal foul of the night. Republic looking to add to their lead now, up to their biggest lead of the night, up by 10. Almost stolen that time by the junior Maddie Nelson. Heinzler dives in, kicks it out. A long shot coming for Edwards, a little beyond her range. We get a tie-up underneath, possession error to Republic.
Great job by the officials right there, doing a nice job. They got the held ball underneath on the shot that went up, so it's going to be possession error going to Smithville. If you're Smithville right now and you're Trevor Mosby, you want to get a good possession. You want to get this down to single digits going into the halftime locker room.
Smithville hasn't had a field goal in almost 4 minutes now here in the second quarter. Trying to cut into this 10-point lead. Really thought Nelson was going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that one. She thinks better of it. Smithville patiently running the motion offense here. Three ball all the way. Their first of the night is good. The sophomore Bethany Pierce buries the three.
Patience is what you've got to do, and it's a virtue in this game, and that's exactly what they did. They ran it, they got their set. Great job in the half court.
Heinzler now with it, guarding a 7-point lead. Coach Chris Flood calling to hold for one shot here. 15 seconds on the clock. Back out to Heinzler now with 10. They'll look to spread the floor and let Alice go to work here. 5 seconds now. Heinzler dribbling in on Nelson. What a great battle, and Heinzler wins it with the bucket. Smithville will be unable to make the inbounds pass and get a shot off, and the folks from Greene County are on their feet. The Republic Lady Tigers up big here, 28-19 on the strength of that young woman's last bucket right here, Jim.
How good is she? And she had Maddie Nelson draped over, working, got the dribble, took it in, turn, pull up, shot, knocks it down. It doesn't get any better than that the last second to go into the half, leading by 9. If you're Republic, Chris Flood's got to be feeling really good right now.
Sophia's standing by with one of our coaches. Now let's hear what they have to say. Sophia?
Republic coach Chris Flood. Coach, you have got to be very pleased with the play of Alexis Edwards and Alice Heinzler. How big is that bucket for Alice going into half?
It gives us, a good shot of momentum there as we go in. We've kind of been back on our heels. We've got to do better things defensively right now and get down and contain a little bit better.
4 for 6 from the three-point line. How do you keep that going?
Just hope we stay hot. Basically, keep hitting our shots, especially when we get open looks. We got to step up in a game like this and hit those open looks.
You're getting out-rebounded right now by just a few, maybe a handful. How do you get back up on the board?
Just got to out-hustle. We're getting out-scrapped on that portion of it, and that happens to us, and we've just got to do a better job, get better position, and that comes from that containment on defense. We're getting broke down. We get people out of position, not ready to rebound.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half. Corey and Jim, back over to you.
Thank you, Sophia. They're recognizing some former great basketball players here at center court of the Mizzou Arena. So much rich history and tradition at the Missouri State High School Activities Association's Show Me Showdown. We've got a little bit of history ourselves tonight. Republic and Smithville they're going at it. We'll be back with more of halftime from Columbia in just a minute.
From the gridiron to the hardwood, on the links or on the track, on the diamond or on the ice. Go to prepfilms.com. It's easy. You can order your DVD online. At prepfilms.com, you make the memories. We'll make them last forever.
Easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Welcome back to halftime here. The Missouri State High School Activities Association Girls Class 4 State Championship game. Republic in control of this one at the half as they're up 28-19 over Smithville. Now we go to the end of the court here in just a moment, but Jim, Sophia's standing by. We'll kick it over to her in a second, but I tell you what, an exciting end to that game watching two of the best juniors in Class 4, Maddie Nelson and Alice Heinzler, go at it for the final seconds.
Yeah, we talked about that and talked to both coaches about that, and we knew we were going to see that matchup eventually, and we saw it there. Got to give it to Heinzler in the first quarter, but I tell you what, Smithville's going to go back. They're going to make some adjustments. They did it last night. They were trailing against, a very, very talented team, and not able to come back with a big third quarter, outscoring Miller Career Academy 22-7 in the third. So don't count them out. It's going to be a great third period, great second half. This game is far from over, Corey.
Maddie Nelson is not done yet. And neither is our good friend Sophia, who's been working hard tonight. She's now joined by Roger Crumpton down on the other end of the floor. Sophia?
Yes, guys, here with Roger Crumpton. He is the Associate Athletic Director here at the University of Missouri and the Director of Facilities. So he's in charge of the Mizzou Sports Park. Now the University of Missouri and MSHSAA have a long-standing relationship, 33 years. How important is that relationship between the university and the high school association?
Oh, it's very important to us. It gives us a great opportunity to showcase our facilities, for the university itself to showcase the campus, and for the city of Columbia to get a lot of visitors and people here during the tournament.
Now, over the 2 weekends of basketball, MSHSAA normally expects around 25,000 people come in here to Mizzou Arena. How many people does it take to put on an event like this? And also the wrestling state championships held just a few weeks ago.
It will take approximately about 200 people to put an event like this on for a 3-day tournament in 2 weekends.
Now, I understand you are also receiving a Distinguished Service Award for your long-standing relationship with MSHSAA, all the work you have done to make these championships so successful and so remarkable for the athletes here. What does that award mean to you?
Well, it's just nice for MSHSAA to recognize all the hard work that our staff does, our department does, and the whole community. It's not just, it's our award. It's good to be recognized for what you and your staff are able to do and provide, and for the university and for the city to help out in this capacity.
All right, well, thank you, Roger, for all of your work, for MSHSAA, and for putting on such a great event. Corey and Jim, back over to you.
Thanks, Sophia. Back here at center court here at the Mizzou Arena. Jim, this has just been such a great day of basketball. We've got a little bit left here. What do you think Smithville can change up in the second half and try to cut into the Republic lead here?
I think they've got to be patient on the offensive end. They've got to get some shots first. I mean, they're getting looks. They just kind of knocked down a few shots. But I think you just keep doing what you're doing, but knock down a few of their shots. I love what they do offensively. Defensively, you've got to get a hand in Heinzler's face. Heinzler's going to shoot. Heinzler's going to take care of her business. Republic's not going to make very many mistakes. The big key, though, is going to be the foul issue that Republic's going to have. He doesn't like going to his bench. We talked to him about that last night. If he has to go to the bench, I don't know. I think I like Smithville a little bit more than Republic's bench.
Well, let's go ahead and look back at some of the highlights from the first half. And there were plenty of good ones, partner, early on for Smithville.
Yeah, doing a great job is Kylie Nelson, getting his layup, stealing transition, coming down, able to get a lay in off the jumper. Once again, she does such a fantastic job in taking care of her business. And now on the other side for Republic, they just love to get it inside, kick it out, 3-ball up, 3-ball in. They've been able to knock down a bunch of threes so far. They're 4-6 from beyond the arc. And when you let those shooters get out there without a hand in their face, they're going to be able to square up and knock down those jumpers. And that's what Republic's done. That's been the key so far in the first half. Republic going 4-6 from beyond the arc, 1 of 4 for 3-pointers from Smithville.
Republic still up big in this one right now, 28-19. We'll step aside, but when we come back, we'll have second half action in this Class 4 girls championship game in just a minute.
Agents, what did we learn here today?
That lint balls are extremely flammable.
Well, yeah.
And that 15,000 dryer fires happen every year.
That's why it's important to regularly clean and inspect your vents.
Correct.
Where did you get that?
I built it.
We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
The Republic Lady Tigers holding on to a 9-point advantage as we get ready to start the second half of action here inside the Mizzou Arena here in Columbia. Corey Riggs and Jim Powers courtside for this one, and it's been a good one. Got a lot of numbers to talk about. We'll get to that in a minute, though. Sophia right now is courtside with Smithville coach Trevor Mosby.
All right, standing by here with Smithville head coach Trevor Mosby. Coach, you're trailing at halftime here. It's a position your team's not all that comfortable with, you've admitted. What did you tell the girls at halftime?
We just think we got to do a better job of trying to get stops defensively. We're leaving wide open three-point shots. When we're contesting their shots, except for that last one, we're doing a pretty decent job, but when we leave them wide open, they're knocking down shots. They're shooting a great percentage, so we're trying to concentrate on the defense end, even though offensively we've struggled a little bit. Try not to tackle too much, so we'll try to get stops and hopefully knock down some shots.
Shooting around 30%, Maddie's got 4, Paige scoreless so far. How do you get more touches for them and get back on the scoreboard?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to be stronger. We're making passes to people that aren't open. We call sets. We're running the sets whether or not they're open or not, so I just told her we got to get back to reading the defense and being smart and getting good shots. We're going to try to get Paige involved this half a little more.
The good news is you're winning the rebounding battle. How do you keep that up?
It doesn't seem like we have any offensive rebounds. I told them we need to go to the offensive boards harder, sending a couple girls back so they don't transition us, but we've got to get a couple offensive putbacks, in my opinion.
All right, well, good luck in the second half, Coach. Corey and Jim?
Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. Great talk with both of the coaches in this one. Take a quick look at the stats here. Jimmy, what number jumps out at you the most?
For Republic points off turnovers, they're leading that battle 10-2. There's your difference in the ball game. 6 turnovers, 9 turnovers from Smithville. They've turned it into 10 points.
We're ready to get this one started now. Both teams back out on the floor, ready to go here in the third quarter. Republic up 28-19 as they get ready to inbound the ball right in front of our broadcast position. Smithville applying a little bit of pressure to get started. They get the ball to Alexis Botkin. She was out most of the second quarter as she picked up 3 early personal fouls. Heinzler now with it, covered up by Bethany Pierce. Heinzler in front of the scorer's table. Drives, kicks back out to Edwards. Edwards at the top of the circle finds Krell. Republic being patient here in this opening possession here, looking for something to come open. Heinzler in the corner. Back to Edwards, turnaround jump shot, leaves it short, rebound to Smithville. And here comes Maddie Nelson. Nelson throws it up to Pierce. Pierce will stop and pop from the side, no good. Rebound pulled down by Botkin. Alexis Botkin back in the game. Has to give Chris Flood a good feeling here. He went almost the entire second quarter without her.
Yeah, absolutely. You need her on the floor. She's got to be smart. 3 fouls, a lot of game to go. So I'm sure Chris Flood had a long talk with her and said, we're going to get you out there, but you got to be careful.
Alice Heinzler backs into Bethany Pearson. I think nearly bloodied her lip on that one as they collided hard going for the ball. 6:50 to go here, early going in the second half. Still a 28-19 advantage for the Republic Lady Tigers, and a foul will be called against the Smithville Warriors.
The one thing, if you're Smithville, this last possession they came down, Corey, and they took a 15-foot jumper. Most cases I'd say, okay, that's not a problem, but you're trailing by 9. You need to get your numbers and you need to set your offense. You can't settle with a one and done.
Bethany Pierce picks up her first personal foul. Kelsey Mothershed now back in the ball game for Coach Mosby. Botkin with it out on the left side, covered up by Maddie Nelson. Nelson nearly bats it away. Botkin will go on the drive. She misses the shot, takes too many steps. The ball will go back to the Warriors.
I want to see Smithville come down and get into their offensive set and do what they can do, and that's be patient. Nice job inside. Typically a good move, except you drug that foot a little bit, and they're going to call that travel.
Smithville now with it. They've got to have a possession here with the score. They throw that one in, a great endless pass. The shot's blocked by Edwards, and then it goes out of bounds. Kristen Stewart trying to go up with it. Ball will stay with Smithville as they make some more substitutions here. They bring Bethany Pierce right back in. She gives Leslie Boltman a seat on the bench.
I like what they did right there, and Stewart did a great job of pinning the defender, able to get that look, but she's got to score.
Whoa, nice spin move that time in the lane for the standout junior Maddie Nelson. She draws the foul, though, on Sarah Krell. Krell will be her first personal. So Nelson will go to the line to shoot. Maddie is 66% free throw shooter. This will be her first free throw attempt of the night after Chris Flood gets a couple of discussions in real quick there with the men in stripes. Now Nelson with the ball. Spins it, looks at the front of the iron, and rolls it in. A friendly roll for her. Smithville now with 20.
Coach Mosby mentioned that he needed to get Paige Imhoff into the game. 6 rebounds, averaging 9.7 points a game. At the half, no points. So he's got to figure out a way to get her involved.
Maddie Nelson misses her second. She's 3 of 4 so far tonight from the free throw line. What a great diving move that time. Alexis Botkin back into the game and making a difference, falling down, making the field goal.
Guard play is key, and then you come down to the other end. The post players get involved.
Kristen Stewart that time, the senior, shoots 42% from the floor. She makes good on that. It's 30-22 now, an 8-point advantage for the Republic Lady Tigers. But watch Alexis Botkins go to work here after the rebound.
Yeah, she gets the rebound. She comes down the floor, splits the defenders, puts it up and in.
3 ball way too strong that time for Alice Heinzler. Her first offering in the second half doesn't find the basket. The ball batted out of bounds that time by Paige Imhoff, the 5'9" sophomore. Jim told you Coach Mosby wants to get her more involved. The thing that's amazing too, at 5'9", she is a prolific shot blocker, and it's all Coach says in her positioning.
Yeah, she does a great job in getting position. She's smart enough to know when to go up, when to go after it, and that's a great asset to have when you're playing the post.
Another post trying to get into the scoring column. Sarah Krell that time, she rainbows one up and over, and we've got a foul on the rebound here. Alexis Edwards is on the floor. Looks like she's going to be called for the personal foul, so Smithville will get the ball here. Edwards' first personal foul, the second team foul on Republic.
Biggest thing right now for Smithville, be patient, but you've got to get Maddie Nelson a good look. You've got to get her coming off of a screen, let her work and get a good drive, or let her come around. And great call by Coach Mosby over on the far side. Didn't like what he saw. And I think that's what he's trying to get to is, hey, we got to get her coming off of some screens. We got to get our leading scorer into the mix.
Maddie Nelson with 5 points. We'll step aside here, 30-22 Republic. Welcome back. Republic up 8 in this Class 4 state championship tilt with Smithville. Smithville, though, with the ball coming out of the Coach Mosby timeout. Smithville trying to cut in. What a great set play and call by the head coach Mosby. Bethany Pierce, a quick cut and 2.
Came off the screen, and it was a nice back screen that was set, floated around. They found her. You got to love set pieces off the inbounds on getting a score.
That was great coaching and execution as the ball's now on the floor. They tied it up. We'll see. I believe Smithville has the possession arrow, so they're going to get the ball here. Jim, Republic up by 6. They just took 2 off of it. They get another 2 here. We've got a very different ball game as Maddie Nelson walks it up.
And the thing is, I think he wanted that set play off the inbounds down on the baseline, but I think, too, he's setting his press up.
Maddie Nelson drives the lane, taken away by Botkin, though. Heinzler with it now. Left side for Brooke Dutton. Great pass to Sarah Krell, and she makes it.
You run the 3-on-2 in practice every day, and they ran it to perfection right there. Drew it over, kicked it, bucket, good.
Sarah Krell now with 6 points on the night and a foul on the other end as this game is picking up. Maybe a tempo a little bit unaccustomed for these two teams. Neither one really wants to run and gun. They kind of want to get in the half-court set, call their play, and go to work.
No, they're forcing each other to go that direction, and it's actually fun to see them going in that direction. The bottom line is going to be real simple. Who's going to break first?
Abby Waters checked back into the ball game for Smithville. She's got the ball, and she's got the bucket. A great quick score off the bench for Abby Waters.
That's what you like to do. Get your subs involved, get them in the mix. Great job. I like the post play by Smithville right now.
Heinzler now for 3. It rattles out, no good. Edwards goes for the rebound. It's fought for. Diving on the floor is Smithville, and they come away with it. But just that quickly, Republic tries to take it back, and there's a tie-up. We'll take another quick break here in the middle of this Class 4 Girls Championship. It's Republic 32, Smithville 26.
Timeout on the floor.
From the gridiron to the hardwood, on the links or on the track, on the diamond or on the ice. Go to prepfilms.com. It's easy. You can order your DVD online. At prepfilms.com, you make the memories. We'll make them last forever.
Republic 32, Smithville 26 as we reach the midway point of the third quarter here in Columbia. Jim, you like to talk about points off of turnovers. Republic capitalizing early in this one as they've got 10 to Smithville's 3.
When you can do that, you can convert points off of turnovers. That's why you've got the lead, and that's exactly where Republic has the lead right now.
What also helps is good rebounding from your guards. Heinzler runs it down. Edwards in the lane and count it.
Edwards working hard, doing a great job. Comes around, gets the jumper, does it the way you should as a post player, gets the pass, able to drive, puts it up, gonna get the foul and the bucket for the traditional three-point play.
Edwards, a 76% free throw shooter. She's been to the line twice. She's perfect so far, 2 for 2. 8 points for the senior Edwards. Can she convert the three-point play? She does. The Republic student section, they like what they see as Republic pushes their lead back up to 9.
Maddie Nelson's got to get them in now. Start getting her coming off of some screens right now.
Republic dropping back into Coach Chris Flood's little 1-2-2 zone. It is so hard to break unless you do that, partner. A big three-pointer by Bethany Pierce, and that'll pull the Lady Tigers right out of that zone.
You want to talk about zone busters? Guess what? Bethany Pierce, the big zone buster right there. Able to come out, Republic sitting in the zone. Pierce gets the look, knocks it down. If you're going to sit in the zone, you've got to get out and you've got to guard and contest. If you're not going to do that, you've got to come back to play man-to-man. 2 big threes by Bethany Pierce. She's 2 of 3 on the night, 2 of 5 shooting from beyond the arc so far. But you know what? You got to love 8 assists to 12 buckets for Smithville. They do a great job in distributing the basketball.
Bethany Pierce, 46% from three-point land. You get a look at some more numbers, and that just changes things that quickly. It's now the score 35-29 here, 3:20 to go here in the third frame of the Class 4 girls state title game. Smithville and Republic playing for one very, very big trophy, and we've seen so much emotion on the court today in the 2 previous games. Jim, you think about what an incredible day this is. A quadruple header. Well, this is just big school weekend.
Oh, no, we come back next weekend.
You come back next weekend and dial up Class 1, 2, and 3, the small schools, and get a 6 games in one Saturday afternoon?
Oh, that's
nothing, is it?
Beautiful thing, brother. Beautiful thing.
3:10 to go here in this one. Republic wants to pad their advantage here. Krell runs into a double team and can't get out. They drop the double back to Alexis Edwards, and some great Smithville defense forces the turnover.
They're doing a nice job, and what they're doing in their man is they're collapsing. They're coming down. They're not going to give you the drive. They're going to force you to kick out, and if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us with the jumper. But the nice thing there is they force the turnover because they're doing some different things.
Turnovers pretty even now. 10 for Smithville, 9 for the Republic Lady Tigers. Kristen Stewart now back into the ball game, playing down low for Coach Trevor Mosby. Great inlet pass. Shot knocked away, and Alexis Edwards comes down with the Republic rebound.
Nice job in getting position. I know the Smithfield folks wanted it over the back, but she didn't have contact. Great job on the steal here. Here comes Smithville and the Warriors looking to transition some points.
Kylie Nelson gives way to Maddie. Maddie for 3, short. Rebound by Sarah Krell. Republic now probably going to slowly walk this one up. Does Alexis Botkin. Going to try and change the tempo of this game. The rebounding battle, Jim, all tied up at 19 apiece. And Botkin creates off the dribble again and draws the foul against Smithville. Paige Imhoff probably going to collect the foul here.
Smithville is not doing a good job right now of stepping in and trying to take the charge and getting in help. Here she comes down, lays it up, and she's going to get fouled. What Smithville's got to do is rotate over into help and try and slow that drive down. That's where Republic's getting them right now, is that penetration move to where they're able to go straight through.
Alexis Botkin misses the first of 2, makes the second. That makes her 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. She's got 8 points in the contest. 36-29, 7-point advantage. Smithville with the ball, though, trying to cut into it. Double team comes for Republic. Maddie Nelson with the rebound. The fadeaway, no good. Sarah Krell with another board for Republic. Oh, Maddie Nelson tries to steal it. Dives on the floor. It's going to be out of bounds. Ball to Republic, but man, what hustle from the junior guard.
I'm telling you, want somebody that wants to win this ball game? Unbelievable. That's a great defensive set for Smithville. They've got to come up with that ball, but I tell you what, that's what this game is all about, a state championship on the line.
Republic now looking to add. The 3 ball was good early for them. They haven't made many since, though. Rebound pulled down by the Warriors. Maddie Nelson now with it, the junior. Averages nearly 13 points a game. She's only got 5. The Republic defense has done a great job on their leader, but now here it is again. Alexis Botkin picks up another foul right at the top of the circle. She's got 4 now. That's going to be it for her for a while.
She's going to have to sit down, and Chris Flood's going to have to go back to the bench, but they're going to have to take her out with 1:36 to go here in the 3rd period. Not going to surprise me if we don't see her until right after the media timeout in the 4th quarter.
Lindsey Carlson, the junior, back in to replace Botkin as she picked up her 4th foul. 90 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Smithville kicks it out. Pierce from the corner. No good. Rebound fought for. They're coming straight at us. Watch out, partner. Good hustle play that time by Carlson, who just checked in. Smithville, though, with the ball as you get another look at it here.
I absolutely love watching these kids get after it. She's going for it, trying to save it. Unbelievable how these kids are just going for it.
Another bucket for Maddie Nelson now as she gets back to her scoring ways. Just a little over a minute to go here, and it's a 5-point Republic lead. Republic started the second half 4 of 6 shooting from the floor. Since then, they've hit a dry spell, 0 for 4 in their last few attempts. Make it 0 for 5 now. Here comes Smithville. Pierce up the floor. The shot is good and count it. The traditional 3-point play for Bethany Pierce.
Pierce did an outstanding job. She saw the possibility of the rebound, the long rebound. Here it comes. She leaks out. She's able to get behind the Republic defender, puts it up and in. Republic's got no choice but to foul her. Knocks down the layup, gets them within a 1-possession game.
Can't miss the free throws, though, as the 3-point play does not come to fruition. 45 seconds to go here in this one. We wind down the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Heinzler putting on a clinic dribbling between the circles. Left side jump shot on the way, good. A great shot that time for Republic's Kayla Bartlesmeyer in off the bench.
That was created, though, by Heinzler. Ball handling ability, did a great job, found the open shooter, knocks it down.
That was a clinic by Alice Heinzler. What a show. 15 to go now. Can Smithville answer back before the end of the 3rd? 10 seconds to play. Pierce with it. She's buried a couple threes. She kicks it over to the left side. 4 seconds on the clock. Spinning now. Throws up a prayer off the iron. No good. It'll go out of bounds, and that's where we'll finish it. It is going to be a great 4th quarter of action here from the Norm Stewart court. Republic 38, Smithville 33. Somebody wants a state championship. Who wants it more? We'll find out in the 4th quarter of this one. Don't go anywhere. The MSHSAA Basketball Championships are brought to you by Farmers Insurance. Jim?
We are Farmers.
Bum, ba-da, bum, 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 bum. Great sponsor here. Great crowd on hand in a great 4th quarter is on tap. Smithville with the ball for three, and Bethany Pierce comes storming back. It's a 2-point ball game, 38-36.
That's that motion offense we talked about. Comes off the high screen, able to get a look, knocks down the three. It's a one-possession game.
Bethany Pierce 3 for 5 from three-point land in this one. A great showing by the 5'6" sophomore. Sarah Krell with it now. It spins on the rim and lips home for Republic. Chris Flood wants some pressure on the ball, and Heinzler comes up to guard Nelson. Inlet pass, foul on the backside of the play, though, as Kristen Stewart called for the ball. Alexis Edwards picks up her second personal.
What a great job down on the opposite side by Sarah Krell, averaging 9.9 points a game. And she just really does some fantastic stuff when she's getting position down underneath. Coming down, great reaction by the Republic bench, and they know they're in a dogfight.
Another travel away from the ball. We've seen that so much today, partner, of just these young women taking an extra step before they get going.
You know what, and it's a point of emphasis with the officials again this year. We talked about it earlier this afternoon in the Class 5 game with the hand checks, traveling and getting that little extra step in. This isn't the NBA, this isn't college.
We'll see if Republic capitalizes. They've got 13 points off of turnovers, and now a little checking foul here right at center court. Kelsey Mothershed will get tabbed with the foul as she was trying to guard Heinzler.
Yeah, you know, you can't get your hand in there, you can't displace. Republic's looking to get some more points off of turnovers, and they've been very, very successful in that.
Mothershed picks up her second personal foul. Not a lot of foul trouble so far other than Alexis Botkin for Republic, and there's trouble, though, if you're rooting for the girls in black and orange. Another unforced error there, a turnover goes out of bounds. Flood wants the pressure on again as they try to protect a 4-point lead. Mothershed with it, tries to go the distance, doesn't. Rebound by Stewart. Foul called underneath. Looks like they'll get Sarah Krell for the foul. Kristen Stewart going to the line.
But it was all set up there. Great job by Stewart getting position, coming down, going to get in transition, going to miss the layup, but position, takes it up. That's where the foul happens. Great job in using her body to stay wide and stay big and able to get the rebound and go up strong.
Third personal foul on Sarah Krell. Stewart at the line. Knocks that one around and it eventually drops in. Republic now, Jim, doing something a little bit different here, going to the bench. Bailey Rail now into the ball game, one of the first times we've seen her tonight. You get a great look at Kristen Stewart, 7 points, 5 rebounds, now make it 8 points for the forward for Coach Mosby. Full court pressure now by the Warriors. It's a one-possession ball game. Rail with the ball for the first time in a double team, bailed out by Sarah Krell. They get it now to Heinzler. Heinzler spins around Mothershed. Blocking foul now called in the center of the court, Paige Imhoff.
That was a great call by the officials. She tried to lean in and tried to put, get her shoulder there, turned it. Not going to get that call in a state championship game, my friend.
Nope. Imhoff, her second personal foul. She's the only player for Smithville that has 2 fouls. The foul's not going to be a problem for the Warriors down the stretch, although they turn around and she picks up immediately another one. Just as soon as I say it, Jim, Imhoff now goes from 2 fouls to 3 fouls.
I think Imhoff is very frustrated right now. She averages almost 10 a game. She hasn't scored yet tonight. Just trying to get herself into the flow, and she's not getting a look. And credit Republic's defense for not giving her a clean look down on the offensive end.
Alice Heinzler, money from the free throw line, nearly an 80% free throw shooter over the course of this long season, and she drops the first one. Checking back into the ball game for Republic now is Alexis Botkin. She's back in with the 4 fouls. Heinzler now, release, rotation, splash. Heinzler knocks it down and we'll get a timeout call.
Yeah, great timeout by Chris Flood. I think he needs to give his kids a rest because he knows that Smithville is going to come at them with the full court pressure. A lot of minutes played last night in their game by their starters. Now he's got to rely on his bench. He's still got Boykin sitting on the bench with 4. He's got to use some other kids that's got to give him minutes. They're weathering the storm. They're doing everything that he's asking them to do, and it doesn't get any better than that.
This team won a state championship back in 2004. They defeated Duchesne with the names like Kelsey Locke, Stacy Edwards. You know, a great squad back then. Kelsey Locke was such a great high school player too. Went to Arkansas State. Never really was able to get going in college. A series of knee injuries, and we see that so much now where these young ladies put their bodies through so much. By the time they're 22 years old, those knees are kind of blown up by then. We'll see how much everybody's got left in this one. 6:21 to play here in the fourth. Show Me Showdown 2012, game 3 of 4. We'll bring Neil Harwell and Scotty back for one more game when we're done with this one. But we are far from over here. A 4-point advantage for Republic. Smithville with the ball, though. Imhoff in front of her own bench. Looks for an open passing lane, but doesn't find one. Republic with their hands up. They're moving around well. Botkin having to play a little bit of soft defense that time. Now they get it back to Pierce. Pierce kicks it around back to Paige Imhoff, the sophomore. Kylie Nelson has played great minutes off the bench tonight for Coach Trevor Mosby.
And you notice Nelson hasn't touched the ball in this possession. It's because Heinzler's all over her.
Well, this is the first possession I've seen tonight that is the way Coach Mosby said he wanted it. He says he doesn't like to shoot unless they've been at it for 30 or 40 seconds. And finally, Paige Imhoff steps up. What a turnaround jump shot. She buries it, fading away.
Wow, unbelievable shot. I think she thought the shot clock was running out of time.
The what?
Just turned and put it up, and it went in. Smithville, it's back to a one-possession game.
Well, it was about a 45-second possession, and that's going to be it for Botkin, Jim. Alexis Botkin drops her head. She can't believe it. They call the charge. That's foul number 5 on her, and she'll now have to sit the bench with 5 minutes remaining in the fourth.
You know what? Great job in getting over. She didn't have control, but they didn't call so much the block. They called because she lowered the shoulder into her.
And they will call it every time.
Absolutely.
That way. Smithville now with the ball. It's a 2-point game, 42-40. Paige Imhoff gets her first buck of the night and then draws a huge charge on the other end. Charging now to the rack is Kristen Stewart. She gets another bucket. They take it down low, and this one is tied, 42 all.
Maddie Nelson, great job. Drove, kicked it after the double team, got it to her post player. We're tied up here in the Class 4 championship.
Only the second time it's been tied tonight. And now Smithville with the takeaway and a chance to take the lead here. There's only been 3 lead changes, and we're nearly at the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Republic has been in control most of this one. Now, with a tie ball game, how do they respond? And Smithville, who's always said they're more comfortable playing with the lead, can they get it now and go? The foul called on the floor this time. Brooke Dutton's going to pick it up.
What you're seeing is just very patient offense right now by Smithville. And when you look, here comes Nelson. She drives, kicks it after Republic tried to double team, gets it to, Kristen Stewart, who's having a phenomenal game right now.
Sarah Krell now picks up the foul, and I thought the foul was going somewhere else. I was almost sure it was going to number 21, Brooke Dutton. They've got it on the scoring system as going to Sarah Krell. We'll see if they change that here in the moment, but it's going to put Paige Imhoff on the line. She's only a 56% free throw shooter, and it looks like they are going to make the change now. They're going to give the foul to Brooke Dutton. It'll be her first personal foul, and that's the right call. You love it when these guys get together, make sure they get it right. Imhoff now looking and buries the first one. Smithville, the Warriors, with the 1-point advantage.
They're getting back to what they love to do. Dribble, drive, kick, get it to their post players. And the thing is, they're doing without Imhoff really getting a bunch of points right now. And also Nelson, only 7 points.
Imhoff with 4 points, 2 of them coming on that trip to the free throw line. Heinzler stops, pops, Gets it. A huge bucket by Alice Heinzler as they answer right back.
Heinzler's been very quiet here in the second half. They needed her to knock down that foul line jumper.
44 all here with under 4 minutes to go. Wow, Kylie Nelson thought about one big long distance dedication there. Thought better of it. I think we would have seen Coach Mosby come out on the floor a little bit if they pulled that one up. Here they go now. Nelson drives and draws the foul.
That's what Nelson's going to need to do before, as we get ready to go to break here after the free throws. She needs to attack the basket. She needs to take it in, take it down, and knock down the points.
They're going to give that foul to Alexis Edwards, her third personal, the 10th team foul for Republic. The savvy veteran at the line manages to get it home. There you see the Smithville Warrior bench. Nelson makes good on her first free throw. 8 points, 4 rebounds. She's 4 or 5 at the line. Make her 5 of 6. And this has become a very interesting game as Smithville now leads in the Class 4 Girls State Championship 46-44.
Distracted driving. It accounts for 25% of car crashes. Music, cell phones, food, the list goes on.
This is why safe driving is so important.
Correct.
And it's why the best agents help safe drivers get a lower rate.
Oh, exactly.
We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, dum, bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back inside Mizzou Arena for the exciting finish to this one. Smithville up 46-44. The Missouri State High School Activities Association Basketball Championships are brought to you by Farmers Insurance.
We are farmers.
Bum, ba, dum, bum, 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 bum. I tell you who loves what's going on right now is Coach Trevor Mosby of the Smithville Warriors. They're on a 10-4 run since the 6:47 mark here in the fourth quarter. And now, he likes this even better, a turnover. Can Smithville convert? They do! Smithville now with a 4-point advantage.
Pressure defense is going to get you those turnovers. Turnovers going to get you into transition and points.
Alexis Edwards now kicks it back out to Heinzler. Heinzler, the head fake, the shot from the right elbow. No good in the rebound, pulled down by Maddie Nelson. The junior with the big rebound and a chance to add to their 4-point lead. Heinzler's going to cover her as she walks it up. That's been a tremendous battle all night long between those two juniors, just putting on a show for this great crowd here tonight. Do they have another takeaway here? Heinzler dives on it. The ball's loose. Krell tries to pick it up, and she's pushed in the back by Nelson. Kylie Nelson, the freshman, will pick up the foul. What a great hustle play and battle again between Heinzler and Nelson.
That's what state championship game basketball is all about. Kids selling out and just wanting to get after it. Here comes the play. Heinzler with it. Heinzler and Nelson go on the floor. Then you get down the other end of the floor. Krell getting into the mix. And then finally, Kylie Nelson with the foul. Smart foul. I'm okay with that foul because you put her to the line. You got to make her earn the shots.
Sarah Krell, a 71% free throw shooter, and she gets a big one there. That's her first free throw attempt of the night. Makes it a 48-45 game. There you see the line on Sarah Krell. 9 points, 6 boards. She's perfect at the line, 2 of 2. It's back to a one-position game. The Republic Lady Tigers bringing the full court press now. They're trying to reach in, and a pretty quick foul there by Alice Heinzler. I'm a little surprised by that.
Yeah, I am too. You know, Chris Flood wanted that pressure, wanted to get them into that 2-2-1 zone. I mean, 2-2-1 press. And yeah, I am a little surprised about a foul.
But maybe not surprised if they're targeting right now. Paige Imhoff, only a 56% free throw shooter. Let's see what she's got. Well, sometimes you gamble and you win and you lose. That one drops in for Imhoff. She is perfect at the line tonight. 3 of 3. Can she go 4 of 4? Imhoff, the shot blocker, leaves that one short. Rebound to Alexis Edwards. Heinzler with the rock, and she'll bring it back up. It's a 3-point advantage now for Smithville.
For the most part, we've seen great free throw shooting tonight. It's going to be very interesting to see who can knock it down with the game on the line.
Well, three-pointers were big for Republic early. Another one here would give us a tie ball game. Heinzler releases high. The ball goes out of bounds. And it goes back to Smithville. A little bit of discussion there. Republic, I think, thought they had it, but it'll go back the Warriors' way.
Officials did a great job. The lead official was blocked out, didn't get a look, went to her partner helped her out. Great job by this officiating crew in communicating and getting the calls right.
Now, that's why they're here, the same reason these teams are here. They're the best. 1:45 to go here in this one. The Class 4 title on the line. Smithville with a 3-point edge, 49-46. See how long they wait to foul here. Heinzler fighting for it. Here's Nelson now. You can't let her just run to the basket. Blocked by Alexis Edwards. A huge block. Here comes Heinzler now. Under 90 seconds to go. Heinzler, spinner, count it. Heinzler gets the bucket. Chris Flood calls the timeout. It's a 1-point game.
Heinzler, Nelson, they're showing why they're in every discussion for the All-State team in Class 4's juniors. They're going back and forth with each other. Nelson comes down. Here comes just an outstanding block by Alexis Edwards. And then they get down in transition. Here comes Heinzler. She's going to look, spin, turn, shoot, knocks it down. 1-point game for Smithville. We knew this was going to be a great one, Corey. We talked about it last night with both coaches, and it has not disappointed anybody. I mean, what a great preliminary to the DGB show rolling into Mizzou Arena here in a few minutes.
It is going to get really interesting as the nightcap comes up after this, the boys Class 4 final, and the chance of MIZ DGB as those Hillcrest Hornets will be on the floor in a little bit. Alice Heinzler's big bucket makes it a 1-point game. Heinzler with 13 points tonight to lead the Lady Tigers. On the other side of the ball, Bethany Pierce has done a great job. Some three-pointers. She's got 15 points to lead the Smithville Warriors. Smithville's ball, 1:19 to go. The full court press is in effect for the Lady Tigers. Here we go again. Imhoff with it now. There's going to be no easy buckets here the rest of the way. Imhoff fights through Dutton, and Dutton will get tabbed with a foul.
I like the fact that they're bringing Imhoff up and letting her handle the ball against the press. It gives somebody a little bit taller that can look over the top of the press and see what's available and what's open. That's a great move by Coach Mosby.
Well, you've also got a 50% free throw shooter who's actually hitting at a rate of 75% tonight. Better than that now as she makes another one.
Riding a hot hand at the line. It's good, too, because now you can let Nelson do some things and create off of screens and make sure they can get her an open look.
Nice line for Imhoff, 8.7 rebounds. She did most of that here in the second half. And there's an offensive board by Maddie Nelson, and what a huge rebound. Now 50-48. 60 seconds remaining with the state championship on the line as Heinzler fouls Imhoff.
And that is not what Coach Flood wanted. You saw the reaction as soon as Heinzler fouled her. It's like, geez, that's not what I want. I need defense right now. And Heinzler, you know, smart play, being aggressive, but you can't foul because now you're putting Smithville to the line with the clock stopped.
Imhoff has been deadly at the free throw line. Finally, the streak comes to an end for her. She misses the first of two here. 58.9 seconds in this one. It's a 2-point advantage for the Warriors. Can Imhoff make it a 3-point lead? She can. A three-pointer would tie it up here as we tick under a minute to go. Heinzler brings it up like she has all night for Republic. Spin move in the lane at the free throw line. She leaves it short. Republic with the rebound to Brooke Dutton. Dutton covered up in the corner. They get it down low to Edwards. Edwards to Krell. A great pass through the paint, and Sarah Krell is clutch again.
Unbelievable pass. Brought it around the defender, but you know what? Even better than the pass was the position that Sarah Krell had. Watch the pass. Going to bring it down. Nice little kind of behind the back pass, but look at the position that Krell's got. Sealed Nelson down on the block. It doesn't get any easier than that. You just got to put it up and in, and that's exactly what she did.
And this is what the coaching staff talked about when we met with them earlier. And we talked about Sarah Krell, how important she was to this team, and they told us that line, if she was taller, she'd be a Division I recruit, and she's showing you that now. Smarts, positioning, want to, those are things that you cannot always teach. She's done all of that tonight for her ball club.
You know, when I coach post players, I love kids that just, they were smart enough and they got it to where they could get position and not do silly things in trying to get position. And Krell is one of those kids that just gets it. They know how to use their body in sealing and get in great position.
Smithville over the top. Maddie Nelson, can she run away from the pack? Oh, she misses it. Heinzler with the rebound. 30 seconds in a one-point game, and a blocking foul will be called against Smithville. The Smithville fans don't like the call as Kelsey Mothershed picks up the personal, and now Republic will shoot free throws for the lead.
Here they get the run out with Nelson. Nelson had to alter the shot because of the defender coming through Republic. Now, here comes Heinzler. I tell you what, it's a good call. She was moving, she slid underneath her. You've got to give her at least the opportunity. You can't slide underneath.
Heinzler, 13 points, make it 14. She makes the first one. She's 3 of 3 at the charity stripe tonight. The 4th time we've been tied tonight. It's 51 all. Heinzler, one of the biggest free throws of her young career, the junior, gets it! 52 to 51, and it brings the Lady Tigers off their seat. The 5th lead change of the night, and Trevor Mosby wants a timeout.
Doesn't get any better than this now, does it, partner?
No, it doesn't.
You know, Coach Mosby, you're going to get the full timeout. You got 29 seconds left. You don't need a 3. What you're going to do is you're going to get some set. You've got to break the pressure first. Coach Flood, he's got to keep the pedal to the metal and keep that pressure on. What you got to do is you can't have the run out like they did the last time they inbound. You've got to make sure you play solid D. Now, on Smithfield's side, you've got to come down, you've got to get a good offensive set. You get a good offensive set, and you run off the screens, that's what you got to do. Now, who do you want to get coming off the screens? You want to get Maddie Nelson into the mix. She's your best scorer right now, or Pierce. If you get Pierce coming in, let her come off the screen, knock down a 15-footer, you got the ball game. Big key, though, you don't need a 3 right now. You just got to put points on the board.
They're going to have a play coming out of this timeout here. You know that Trevor Mosby's going to draw up something for this team. We saw some great set pieces earlier from them. We'll see what he's got left in his bag of tricks here. Smithville down 1 after leading most of the 4th quarter. Republic charging back to lead 52-51. Under 30 seconds to go here. The Class 4 Girls State Championship on the line. Paige Imhoff's going to bring the ball up, and nobody right now is going to foul her. Not the way she's been going. Dutton lays off of her here. 20 seconds. Imhoff kicks it around to Mothershed. Mothershed dribbling in. Nobody's really D'ing her up. The miss, no good. Kristen Stewart with the rebound, and it's blocked out of bounds. Alexis Edward blocks it clean. The ball will stay with Smithville. 10.9 seconds remaining.
Timeout going to be called by Smithville. It's going to be a full timeout. We know that he could dial up some pretty good offense inbounds plays on the baseline. We saw it earlier in the game, and we could see something very, very similar. But once again, you don't have to hit panic mode. All you got to do is knock down a shot and come off of a screen. You don't need a 3. Mothershed looks, able to pull off. She gets the drive. Nice job on the crossover dribble. Puts it up. Not able to get it. Coming down with the rebound is Stewart. Her shot's going to get knocked out of bounds. Blocked. They're going to have an opportunity with 10 seconds to go But once again, I really believe you've got to get it inside. If you want to pound it inside, give it to Stewart. If you want to take the jumper, Pierce.
Kristen Stewart got her 6th rebound on that play, and she's played well, but Bethany Pierce, 15 points tonight for the 5'6" sophomore. She's kind of had the hot hand, but Kristen Stewart could be an option down low. An incredible finish to another state championship game here in Columbia. 10.9 seconds. Republic with a 1-point lead. Here it comes. Imhoff can't get it in. Finally does the mothership. The ball's batted away and Heinzler has it. Alice Heinzler crosses midcourt. 5 seconds and they foul her. They foul her, they tackle her as Heinzler goes to the floor. Bethany Pierce fouled her, and the Republic Lady Tigers, their fans know what's about to come. Now that senior leadership on the team, those girls trying to calm down here. Watch how it all transpires, Jim. Great bat away. There's Heinzler with it.
You know who created that, though? Kral was able to get a hand in and knock it out of Mothershed's hands.
Heinzler has yet to miss at the free throw line tonight, and she's still perfect. It's 53-51 Republic. Chris Flood tries to calm his troops here. Heinzler doing the same. 4.4 seconds remaining on the clock. This final free throw to make it a 3-point game. She can't get it. A 2 will tie it, a 3 will win it. Imhoff for 2, she doesn't get it off in time. She doesn't get it off in time. Smithville comes up short in their 2nd straight year. And for the 3rd time in their school's history, the Republic Lady Tigers are the Class 4 girls state champions again in the Show Me State.
Unbelievable game, unbelievable ending. Imhoff not able to pull the trigger and get the shot off in time. I think she may have just briefly lost track of where the clock was, but you know what? What a comeback by Smithville. They were down 9 at one part of that ball game and able to come back and do what they needed to do, but you know what? Republic weathered the storm. They lose one of their top players to fouls midway through the quarter. Hats off to Chris Flood and the Tigers. Republic, you're bringing home the Class 4 state championship.
Republic closed the game on a 5-0 run in the last 41.2 seconds. The superheroes in the Republic student section love it. Chris Flood loves it. The Republic Lady Tigers are state champs again. What a great night in Columbia. They're getting ready to hand out the hardware here at center court. Let's take a look one more time at how this one ends. There you see Coach Mooningham hugging their players. And here it is one last time, partner. Imhoff comes the distance, just doesn't look up in time, releases late.
Yeah, I think she took the look. She didn't see anything open. Buzzer goes off. The Lady Tigers, they're celebrating. They're going to have a lot of fun on that trip home down to the southwest corner of the state. But they're the state championships.
They've got a brand new high school. They've got one of the state-of-the-art gyms in southwest Missouri. It's gorgeous. Their AD and staff do a great job, but they've got a fantastic gym in the school if you haven't been there. They've got a fantastic brand new sort of Hall of Fame for all of their trophies. Well, somebody needs to call back to Retmo Drive, tell them to move stuff over a little bit. They got one more big new trophy to put in the case.
Yeah, great job. They deserve it. They weathered the storm. They overcame a lot of injuries midway through the year. Republic celebrated tonight. You're the state champions.
We will step aside. The Class 4 state championship in girls is a good one. It goes to Republic. When we come back, we'll try to talk to Chris Flood. You've been watching a great one here on Fox Sports.
That'll never happen.
I'll never wreck my car.
I'll never roll my truck. Never happened to me. Never. Never. Never.
Never happened to me.
7 out of 10 teenagers killed in Missouri traffic crashes were not wearing their seatbelts.
Never say never. Always buckle up.
Easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Agents, what did we learn here today?
That lint balls are extremely flammable.
Well, yeah.
And that 15,000 dryer fires happen every year.
That's why it's important to regularly clean and inspect your vents.
Correct.
Where did you get that?
I built it.
We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
Ears, check. Sunglasses, check. Seatbelt, check. What are you doing?
I don't wear my seatbelt.
Oh yeah, because only cool people will wear their seatbelts.
I'm cool.
Check.
Welcome back to Mizzou Arena here in Columbia, Missouri. We await the upcoming game, the last game of the day, Class 4 Boys Championship. Hillcrest and Soldan, the Hornets and the Tigers. Hi again, everybody. Neil Harwell along with Scott Highmark. It's great to have you with us. Thanks for joining us for a full day of basketball here today. Been really exciting, hasn't it, Scott, watching these games throughout the day? They've been excellent matchups.
They've been good games all day long, and when there's something as important as a state championship on the line, there's so much emotion, so much passion in these games. That's what makes it so much fun.
Yeah, we just had one, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Republic winning in the girls' Class 4 game, and they win over Smithville. And for a recap of that ball game, let's go back to the guys that called it. Corey and Jim, take it away, guys.
Thanks, Neil. All I can say is wow, partner. What a fantastic finish to the girls' Class 4 state championship, as now all the Republic Lady Tigers are being recognized here at center court.
Yeah, without a doubt. We knew we were going to see some great games today, Corey, and without any doubt, we saw two fantastic games in the girls' side. And it was just a pleasure to see these two teams go at each other. We knew they were evenly matched, and it doesn't get any better than seeing teams that can get after it, play great defense. Got two of the best juniors in the state of Missouri in Class 4 that just went toe-to-toe.